talking portraiture, e-products, auto editing, e-templates, educational videos for shooting smarter, not harder, at thephotochannel.pro. So why am I so confident that you're going to be shooting a mirrorless camera pretty quick? Well, I've seen some of the plans from the mirrorless camera manufacturers, and they're pretty awesome. I've also, of course, seen the plans from years ago and see that they're right. When they say they're going to do something, boy, they do it. And I do know that there are some cameras coming out with some features on it that I can't wait to get a hold of. Now, the basic reasons on why a photographer is going to move away from a DSLR to a mirrorless camera is the mirrorless camera doesn't get in the way of your creative process as a photographer. Sounds weird, right? Well, let's get the easy ones out of the way. The creative process, if you will, or if you're a pro photographer, the ability for you to produce an image that you get paid for as efficiently as possible means that you don't want your camera getting in the way. We did a little study to find out how many of the menu items a typical pro photographer uses on their DSLR, and it's less than 15%. That means there's 2/3 of a camera function set inside the camera of a pro photographer that have not been used, or unfortunately, if they do get used, the photographer doesn't know how to unuse them. Mirrorless cameras are different. Sure, the smaller, lighter, easier, all that stuff is terrific, but when you talk about the creative process and creating an image that you really, really want and you're really happy with, when you find a camera that's got more automated features on it that actually work the way you want them to, you'll use it more and you'll use it more effectively. We're finding out that things like auto white balance, for instance, on a mirrorless camera is intelligent white balance. That's right. Some of the white balance is based off of recognizing faces, right? We've got face detection and face recognition in mirrorless cameras that we don't have in a lot of DSLRs. We've got a lot of other things in there too. Some of the technology for making the different colors and the vibrant pieces that we have. Oh, hey, come on through, sure. The vibrant features that we have in a mirrorless camera are very stimulating to the creative process. Sounds like a bunch of hubbub, right? It's not. You'll find out that the black and white mode, for instance, on a mirrorless camera has the ability for you to adjust dynamic range, to adjust contrast. Some of them, like the FUJIs, allow you to split the contrast. You can adjust contrast, actually tone values in the highlight areas or tone values in the shadow areas. That's a big deal. Why? Well, it's part of that whole pre-processing thing that I'm talking about. That's right. You'll find out, much like I did, that when you get that first shoot where you pick up that mirrorless camera and you set it, for instance, like I do, to black and white film simulation mode, when you have that aha moment where you take a mirrorless camera, you set it up to, say, 1:1 aspect ratio so that you're shooting square. Then you put it into black and white mode so that you're shooting black and white. Then you're adjusting the dynamic range. You're adjusting all these other crazy things that you used to do in post-processing. Now you're doing them in the camera. Why? Well, it's going to shorten your processing time, of course, but it's going to boost your creativity. No kidding. Your creativity is going to go nuts. The first time I set up a mirrorless camera to shoot in black and white square mode, and I saw the subject, and I picked it up, and I put it to my eye, and through the finder, I saw that it was black and white, and it was square, and it had all the contrast and all the dynamic range adjustments. Now, all of a sudden, I'm seeing the final image before I take it. Do you know how powerful that is? We can't do that with a DSLR, right? When we pick up a DSLR, we're looking through the lens. We're seeing it in whatever shape, and it's in color. I want to have my black and white juices stimulated by the camera. Next, we'll find out that mirrorless cameras are connected. They're connected. They want to be able to move the images in and out. And I wish I could tell you some of the cool things that are coming in the connectivity, but I can't because I get in big trouble. But do you know that we shoot a ton of shots where we connect up a camera through its Wi-Fi system to a tablet? And we're able to go click. It shows up on the tablet. You can show it to the customer. From there, you can connect it to the internet.